Hello, I'm Steve Stewart. I'm the founding consultant of Vric Consulting, and this is Vricipedia, your guide to children's services recruitment and retention. And this is a new chapter, chapter 9, and this all relates to the DfE Children's Services Workforce Census return for 2022. Okay, and this is chapter 9.1, the DfE data set. But what a workforce strategist like me looks for when I see this data. Okay, so to give a bit of background, on the 30th of September every year, that is the date of the workforce census, and every council or children's trust fills out a workforce return that details how many staff they've got, how many leavers they've had over the previous 12 months, and how many temporary staff they've got, and all of that kind of good stuff. And that all gets submitted, and then it gets aggregated, and it gets mangled, and it gets minced, and then come the end of February, normally, we get a spreadsheet that comes out, and it looks something like this. And this, to me, who is a bit of a data nerd, who conducts evidence-based strategy, is fascinating. This is what I live for. I get my fingers in, I get them all, I get this data under my fingernails. But the reason why I have to do that is because in this actual form, the data isn't that useful. It is passive. It is just there. In terms of informing things, the information's there, but it has to be extracted. So what does a workforce strategist actually look for? Well, the first thing that I look for in terms of key measures is your level of demand. Is the level of demand of a council, of a trust, of a selection of them, of a region, or even nationally. And I want to know what the level of demand is, and effectively your level of demand is your establishment. The establishment at an individual council is that level of demand. However, I'm also interested in your levels of supply. That is, how many workers do you actually have? And following on from that, what is the makeup of that supply? How many are perm, how many temp? And does it meet that demand? It seems simple, doesn't it? But in actual fact, people don't do this. Also, it's a fixed point in terms of the 30th of September, so we know exactly where you were, we know exactly where everyone else was, so it's level in that. But also because this data has now been collected for 6 or 7 years, is that we're able to spot trends, okay? So there's also information from previous years, so you can see if things are going up or going down or whatever, but it also gives you information that you can extrapolate forward, so you can actually make target setting, okay? And also it comes to sustainability. So you might be doing okay this year, but will that mean that it's the case that you're going to do okay next year? In actual fact, are you going to keep doing the same kind of things that keep you going? Or in actual fact, now that you have more than your fair share of workers, does that now mean that actually you're going to become a target, a resource for others to plunder? So what kind of actions do you need to take to ensure that your smug sitting this year can remain be smug sitting for every year thereafter as well? Okay, so the spreadsheet that I use looks something like this. So, as you can see here, I've just taken the top line. So we have got the national and regional figures at the top, and then you can see there's every individual council there. And I am willing to share this with you. I will do this, and I'll show you what to do initially with it, so you can start making your own plans. Obviously, I'm there to assist if you want to. Okay, but you'll see that I've taken out, you'll see that I've hidden a number of columns, because those columns actually aren't necessary for the high level kind of strategy development, okay? They're useful in terms of checking that we're on the right lines, to use it as a challenge, and also to corroborate the conclusions that we have, but to take them out higher on. And I'm looking at things such as, what is your vacancy in terms of full-time equivalent? And how do I compare that to the number of agency staff that you've got? And as you can see, is that all the way down here, generally across the country, is that we've got nearly 8,000 vacancies and we've got less than 7,000 agency staff, which means that we've got an overall shortfall of around, I don't know, where is that? 1,153.2 social workers in the system right now. Now, there might be 1 or 2 sat at home, there might be 1 or 2 on holiday. But are there really 1,153.2 social workers there for next year to just wait for us to give them a call? When we're going to take this up as well, is that we can see that the vacancy increase, that's not the number of vacancies, but the vacancy increase from last year to this year is 1,391. That vacancy increase is going up. There are more vacancies year on year than before. at quite a significant level. In actual fact, the vacancy increase this year is the equivalent of 4.4% of the overall workforce. So one chair out of every 25 is now vacant where it was filled last year. Okay, and when you extrapolate that across the entire country, it shows you that there is an issue. Because whereas you may think that actually there's only one chair, I can fill that one chair, but across the country there are so many more empty chairs. Okay, so how to engage going forward? Well, Twitter for Vricipedia, give it a follow. It lets you know whenever there's a new update. Twitter for myself is @FutureSocialSteve. Website tells you about what services we're able to offer to you. That's vric.consulting. Email steve@vric.consulting. And like, subscribe and comment on this video below. Okay, we're here to help as well. There are further chapters coming focusing on regional and local issues as well, but that gives you an oversight of what they're going to contain. Take care. Good luck. Bye-bye.